The main character of the story is a boy named Noir. Because he recently lost his job to a noble with a higher status, his sister Alice suggested that he attend the Adventurer Academy. Noir goes out to meet his girlfriend, Emma. She believes that Noir will definitely succeed, because he has a unique skill that is great sleuthing. This skill allowed him to answer any question in the world, but every time he used the skill, it hurt. The great sage had shown Noir the location of a nearby dungeon. Soon after, the headache hit, so Emma kissed him to help ease the headache. Noir ran to find the mysterious dungeon mentioned by the great sage. Here he meets a beautiful woman tied up. She is the famous adventurer Olivia. During a dungeon exploration, she was trapped and bound by this chain of death. She knew Noir wanted to get stronger, so she gave him her skills. The ability to create new skills. The ability to modify a skill. However, these skills require a certain amount of LP depending on the use case, and LP can only be obtained based on feeling satisfied by being with friends of the opposite sex who have a lot of money and good food. But if he lost all his LP, he might die. The next day, he tried hugging Emma and his LP really increased. Following Olivia's instructions, Noir created a skill that allowed him to see other people's information. At the Academy entrance exam, they were asked to collect rare materials in groups of 3. As a minor baron, Noir was despised by most of the other nobles, with only Emma staying with him, despite her family being of more noble descent. A girl offered to join the group with the two even though she despised Noir. Rich nobles used money to buy rare items, and Noir had to go to dungeons to confront monsters to get items. He had defeated a god of death thanks to his stone bullet skill. At the announcement of the results, the skull of the Grim Reaper he killed had a very high value, so Noir's group set a new record. Noir's family couldn't afford the 300,000 gold coins for the Academy's tuition, and Noir had to earn it himself, so he decided to join the Odin Adventurers Guild. At the front desk, the receptionist was furious when Noir claimed he had the skills to create, edit, and give. But the receptionist didn't believe it because she knew the skills belonged to Olivia. After that, the receptionist checked his status, and learned that he was Olivia's disciple, so she had to apologize to Noir. In his first quest, Noir created the anti-headache skill, and thanks to the great sage to catch rare rainbow grasshoppers, he earned 250,000 gold coins. Seeing him as a person with potential, the receptionist Lola developed feelings for Noir. Emma was afraid that the receptionist would seduce Noir, so she signed up as an adventurer as well. In the quest that followed, the two hunted a giant rabbit together. Emma used wind magic to slash it, but because it was so powerful, Noir had to blow it away with a giant rock bullet to save Emma. When Emma was feeling frustrated that she couldn't kill the rabbit, Noir offered to buff her skill, but he needed more LP to do it, so Emma gave Noir a hug to boost her LP. When two people were embracing each other, the rabbit just turned around to break up. Noir immediately adjusted Emma's ability, and she was able to defeat the rabbit in one hit. Upon returning to the guild, Emma and Lola also made peace with each other. Noir had enough money to pay for his school fees. He had also shared the rabbit meat with everyone in the Adventurers Guild, and he noticed that everyone here considered him a family member. On the first day of school, Noir meets Maria, the daughter of a duke, and with his forensic skills, he sees a curse that will take her life on her 16th birthday. Upon entering class, Noir was ignored by her classmates because she was from a small baron family. It was a title given to commoners who made merit to the kingdom. Meanwhile, the boys are very polite to beautiful people like Emma. However, when Maria entered the room, she went to greet Noir to the surprise of the other nobles. Their teacher is Ilna, a former mercenary who will train everyone in combat techniques. During the first lesson, everyone learns about the technique of backing to avoid attacks, and she promises to reward anyone who can pull it off. Noir was the only one who could do it thanks to his creative skill, so he was rewarded as she promised. Thanks to her reward, it also earned a considerable amount of LP. During the paired training class that followed, Maria considered herself lucky to be born into a noble family, and considered everyone to be equal, so she chose to pair up with Noir instead. For choosing a high-ranking aristocrat. While practicing, Maria suddenly fell due to the curse. Noir is determined to break Maria's curse. But to do that would take a huge amount of LP, and he didn't have enough LP. Then, because of a headache, Emma kissed him in the middle of the schoolyard. Noir and Emma go to the guild to find Lola after school to ask for her help. Lola says she has a friend named Luna, a missionary known for her healing powers, but Luna rarely takes the job of removing curses. Noir also went to find his master to ask her to show him how to earn LP. and Olivia taught him a skill that is accidental accident. This skill causes accidents that lead to random encounters with friends. Female to earn LP. After that, everyone got to meet Luna. She was a very beautiful elf, so Emma regretted letting Noir meet her. At the bar, Luna told everyone that she had been scolded by Maria's family before, but she had to refuse. Noir had seen that removing the curse would shorten Luna's lifespan, and even if the elf's lifespan was very long, removing a curse as strong as Maria's would cause Luna to die instantly. But after thinking for a long time, Luna still decided to sacrifice herself to save Maria, because her mother had also saved many people with her lifespan when she was still alive, and she wanted to save as many people as her mother. Suddenly a nearby structure collapsed, everyone saved an injured boy, and Luna treated the boy. But then, Luna fell and trembled, saying that, in fact, she was afraid to die from the curse. Turns out, she would fall into a cowardly state if she ran out of magic power. After regaining consciousness, she was embarrassed to let people see her like that, and confessed that she was afraid she would die while lifting the curse. Lola was furious that Luna hid it from her, but she comforted Luna soon after. Noir realizes that he can modify Luna's curse removal skill, so that removing the curse will use money instead of her lifespan. But the important thing was that he still needed a good amount of LP to edit the skill, and a large amount of money for Luna to use the skill, so they entered a secret harem selection contest. During the competition, many harems came to participate, but they were all cursed by the crowd. Emma, Lola, and Luna all pose as Noir's harem. They won over the crowd by acting out romantic scenarios with him. With the popularity of the girls, they won the contest, and won a huge amount of money. Also thanks to holding large amounts of money and being close to girls, Noir's LP has increased significantly, enough for him to be able to modify Luna's skills. The group rushes to Maria's house, and Maria's condition is very critical. Hearing that he used his life points for her sake, Maria gave Noir a kiss to everyone's surprise. Soon after, her curse was completely lifted by Luna. Maria is very grateful to Noir, and vows to spend the rest of her life paying off Noir's debt, making the other girls jealous and realize Maria has a crush on Noir. Luna also admitted that she also started to like Noir a bit, so Emma joined Lola again with two new love rivals. After that, he went to Olivia to announce the good news, but Olivia accidentally learned that he had kissed other girls, and that she wanted to be kissed too, so Noir gave her a kiss on the forehead. Maria's father generously paid everyone 1 million gold coins. Noir then decides to use the money to open a shop selling rare items, causing the girls to compete to be employees in his shop. He went home and asked his father to find a shop for himself. After that, Noir went to the dungeon to hunt for items, and he was also taught many useful skills by Olivia. When he got to the 5th floor, Noir encountered a lion and it was extremely strong. It killed all the monsters on this floor, but when he tried to run away, the lion talked to him. The lion named Tigerson, his friend, went to the 6th floor alone to explore, but he did not see him back for more than 350 years. He is an elf, so he thinks he is still alive, because the fairies have a very long life expectancy. Tigerson wants to ask Noir to go up to the 6th floor to find his friend. Noir goes to the 6th floor and discovers that the lion's friend has been turned into a zombie, so he uses creativity to turn that person back into a human. Although touched by Tigerson's feelings, he was still determined to go home to find a lover, and Tigerson could not follow him, because the village of the fairies did not allow outsiders to enter. Tigerson was really grieved because he had been waiting for him for more than 350 years, but in the end his friends left him for a girl. Feeling sorry for Tigerson, Noir offered to befriend the lion, and Noir invited him home to introduce him to everyone. He also said that Tigerson would work as a security guard for his store. While attending class, Maria showed her affection for Noir, as he saved her from the curse. Then, in their first exam, everyone had to collect the monster materials assigned by the teacher, or else they would have to take a summer course. Noir and Emma go looking for Lola for help, only to find her arguing with a receptionist named Sarah. Lola suspects Sarah of playing tricks to entice all of her adventurers. Since there wasn't any proof, Lola challenged Sarah to a contest to see whose adventurer could get more valuable items. If she loses, she will never compete for another adventurer with Lola, but if she wins, then Noir will be hers. Luna also wanted to join the group with Noir, since she had been on missions alone for a long time. The three of them went on missions together, and trying to complete as much work as possible to improve Lola's achievements, they even defeated a dragon. Everyone in class and at the Adventurers Guild was surprised at their feat, because it was rare for anyone to be able to hunt a dragon like his group. However, even though Noir had obtained enough items for the school exam, it was still not enough to help Lola defeat Sarah, as she had charmed the adventurers and made them work to the point of exhaustion. With Olivia's help, Noir is advised by her to go to the 7th floor to find treasures and rare items. Reaching the 7th floor, Noir saw an underground forest. A tree spirit girl appears asking for Noir's help. The girl explains that she is the spirit of a tree in the forest. Recently a monster is attacking her body and sucking all of her life force. She promised that if he helped drive away the monster, she would show him the 2 treasure chests and the way to the 8th floor. Noir finds her very familiar. Noir discovers that the monster attacking the girl's trunk is a bee, and that it is monstrously powerful, but Noir still grits his teeth and accepts to help her. He goes back to Olivia asking for directions, but she advises Noir not to risk his life for strangers. But fearing his determination, she showed him how to kill the bee. Noir used creativity to create a lure skill, and he drew a pack of wolves after him to the bee. Noir then quickly used creativity to make the bee a target to attract attack, causing the wolves to turn to fight the bee until the whole swarm died. But they weakened the bee enough for Noir to take it down with ease. After promising to visit the tree spirit girl often, Noir found 2 rare items in the chest. One had the power to increase wind magic, so he gave it to Emma, and the other he gave to Lola to boost her performance. In the end, thanks to the efforts of Noir and everyone, Lola also won the contest. She then forbade Sarah from seducing other people's adventurers. But Sarah still tries to seduce Noir by giving her home address to Noir. Emma invites Noir to a party for the nobility. At the party, the Earl announces that a group of notorious bandits named the Phantom have threatened to steal his precious jewel. So he hired the adventurer of the Lamu Guild as a guard. Emma is invited to dance by a nobleman named Mike. He challenged Noir to see who was the better dancer. Noir used LP to learn dance skills and won. Later, the Phantom group came to steal the gem, but they even captured Emma. Layla, a member of the Lamu Guild, joined Noir in chasing the thieves. They have 2 members. A female thief summoned a fire phoenix to fight the 2 of them. Noir defeated the sorceress and Layla also succeeded in defeating the fire phoenix. Impressed by Noir's skills, Layla offers to befriend him, even though the Odin and Lamu guilds are rivals. Then the leader of Layla's group came, but he attacked Noir and Layla. As it turns out, he is a fake, he is the rest of the Phantom group. He said, he fell in love with Emma at first sight, so he wanted to kidnap her to be his wife. Emma then wakes up and attacks him, and Noir gives him a punch. Seeing Emma's anxiety, Noir comforted her with a kiss. To thank him, the Earl helped Noir open his own item shop, and he also reduced the rent for him. But it seemed his sister wasn't really happy with Emma's presence. Layla also transferred to Noir class as an exchange student. Their teacher then announced about the upcoming hot spring camp. During the trip, everyone will have to defend themselves against monsters without help from the teacher. Along the way, Noir's group was told by a fairy a shortcut to a hot spring. But Noir doubts and discovers that she has the ability to control monsters. When she was exposed, she had monsters attack everyone. After defeating the lizard army, Noir captured the fairy. At the hot spring, while the girls were bathing, the young men started planning to peek at them. Noir refused to participate and ran to inform Miss Ilna. Fearing being exposed, the boys gave chase to stop Noir. But Ilna stopped them and knocked them down with stone bullets. A young man revealed that he used a power-boosting potion so Ilna couldn't defeat him either. He advised Noir to obediently return to his peeping squad. Although a little hesitant, Noir later refused. Noir conjures a nerf and casts it on him, making him easily defeated. But another one hurriedly stood up, and she ran towards the bathroom. Noir rushed to stop him by using LP to increase his weight, but the 2 still fell into the tub shortly after. At that time, he realized that the girls had not showered yet. Actually Ilna had warned them before. Noir lost consciousness due to low LP, so the teacher gave him a bath in the girls' bathroom to increase his LP again. Noir has opened his shop, and the girls have also come to his aid. To show gratitude to the person who helped him get these things, Noir decides to help Olivia from the chains of death to repay her. The great sage said that the key to her release was in the 15th floor of the dungeon. Going to the 14th floor, Noir knew he wouldn't be able to do this alone, so he went to tell Emma about Olivia and asked her for help. After that, Noir took Emma with him up to the 14th floor. There, they met a bunch of goblins. They tried to steal food from the 2 of them, and he tricked them into eating poisonous cakes to defeat them. Up to the 15th floor, the 2 find a copy of Olivia. The chain of death copied Olivia's body and her skills. Knowing that they couldn't fight her back, the two of them had to rush back to Olivia's place. Emma guesses that the clone will have the same weaknesses as Olivia, and Olivia tells them she once almost lost a fight but didn't know why. Noir is determined to save Olivia even though she advises Noir to give up. The two decided to return to the city to learn more. Noir also visits her shop when Luna and Lola are arguing about Luna's objection to Lola hanging a portrait of Lola in the shop. The two of them looked at Noir tiredly, guessing that he was lacking an LP, so they helped him increase his LP. After that, he went to the library to investigate. Noir found a story about the battle between Olivia and a cleric. She possesses a rare ability, which is to temporarily increase combat ability by sacrificing the skills learned. Noir spent 10,000 LP creating that skill. At that moment, the clone Olivia came to him to continue the unfinished battle in the dungeon. Noir used the sacrifice skill to attack her, but she used the lightning sword to immobilize him. In the dungeon, Olivia reminisces about a boy she met 200 years ago. He wanted her to accept him as his disciple, but she refused. Seeing that he was then clinging to her repeatedly, she gave him a chance. That is, if she could touch him, she would accept him as her disciple, but he couldn't. But that's not why he gave up. Once, he died saving a little girl. Knowing that, Olivia blames herself that he died because she didn't accept him as her disciple, and properly raised him. That's why she accepted Noir as her student, because Noir reminded her of that boy. Meanwhile, Noir was about to be slashed by Noir's clone, when 4 girls came to save him in time. The girls combined to attack her, but they were quickly defeated by her. With no other choice, Noir had to sacrifice all his skills except for 3 of his original skills, to give himself more power. The clone used a fiery dragon to attack him, but Noir split the dragon in half, then slashed her head and defeated her, causing her to manifest and then crumble to dust. Then Noir visited Olivia, and she was indeed free. Olivia is grateful for Noir's efforts. Noir's shop had a lot of customers coming in for the rare items he brought back from the forest. And the girls kept clinging to him. Back in the dungeon, Olivia also informs him that the chains of death have disappeared so he can explore the next levels of the dungeon. Thank you for watching the whole video. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to receive notifications about the latest videos.
While the girls were happily playing on